Hi friends, and welcome back to First Chapter Friday. Today I will be reading the first chapter of this book called The Hiddenseek by Nate Cernosek. But before I do that, I wanted to highlight that right now in children's horror books, there is an increase in titles about hide and seek. I just reread Hide and Seeker by Daka Herman, and it was horrifying, but great. It was amazing. The audiobook was really fun to listen to while I did my crochet projects. I am currently listening to the audiobook for The Keeper, which is a little slower to begin with, but I feel like also has lots of promise. And then there is Hide and Don't Seek and Other Very Scary Stories by Anika Morose Reese. And this one has it's more of a horror anthology, so not all of the stories are necessarily about hide and seek. The title story is, which is the first story, and that one's really spooky. So if you're looking for some options and not sure what to read, here are some. And that is a good segue for the fact that the Midnight Society Book Club, the Scary Story Book Club, will be starting back up in October, but opening up at the end of September, so stay tuned for that. So, The Hiddenseek, Chapter 1. The sun hung low in the sky, sinking toward the horizon. A slight breeze stirred the trees and blew through the empty swings. Their chains jostled and clinked. The jungle gym was deserted, as were the monkey bars, the seesaw, and the slides. The park was empty. Almost. There was one child still at the park. One child who had been left behind. Her name was Holly Thorn, and she was playing a game of hide and seek. She was crouched inside a short tunnel. It was a good hiding spot. She would have been hard to find and even harder to catch. That is, if anyone had bothered to look. Holly curled her legs, her feet propped up on the blue plastic wall of the tunnel. She frowned, crossing her arms, trying to stop her bottle limp from quivering. She should have known better. No one ever wanted to play with her. But then today, out of the blue, the other kids asked if she wanted to play hide and seek. Owen Orlovsky wiping his nose with his hand. Karen Graham always blinking super slowly because everyone said what long eyelashes she had. Zoe Zamaripa, the tallest in their class, standing with her hands on her hips like some sort of drill sergeant. They were all smiling and giggling and giving one another knowing looks. Thinking back, it was so obvious. None of those kids ever liked her, but Hector was with them. Hector, her younger brother by a year. Did he know what they had planned? Now everyone was gone. They had all left her in the park, alone. It had been a trick. They never wanted to play with her. They had just wanted to have a laugh at the nerdy girl without any friends. It hadn't always been like this. She used to have friends. She thought she did, at least. The memories weren't clear, more of a feeling. Other kids around her at recess, at birthday parties, and she and Hector had been inseparable. But that was a long time ago now. Holly heard the wind pick up again, whistling past the tunnel, and wiped her tear-streaked cheeks. She crawled out of the tunnel and saw something odd. The trees weren't moving with the wind. Neither were the leaves on the ground. Even the blades of grass stood still. A hazy mist crept in, blanketing the park in fog. A figure emerged from the mist. It was a man, his face hidden by a wild tangle of stringy brown hair. His clothes were dusty and patched up, and like something a peasant would have worn hundreds of years ago. He was walking slowly straight towards Holly, looking right at her. Holly froze in place. The man approached. He spoke his voice rough and coarse. "Holly Thorn," he said. "How does he know my name?" Holly thought, too shocked and frightened to respond. "You hid," the man continued, "but you were not found. You thought you were playing a harmless game." He stepped closer, his voice low and ominous. "You were wrong." She didn't know what that meant. She just knew that something strange was happening, something strange and terrible, and nothing would ever be the same. Bum, bum, bum. That's a great first chapter. And if you would like this book or any other hide and seek titles, give us a call and we'd be happy to put it on hold for you.